Hello, it's Peter Bradshaw here from The Guardian again, and welcome back to this film review channel with its special Christmas edition. And here is the panettone of criticism, richly fruited with insights. The story of the 1972 Uruguayan air crash in the remote Andes and the ordeal of survivors who resorted to cannibalism is powerfully retold in Society of the Snow, this movie from Spanish director J.A. Bayona. It is based on the book of the same name by Uruguayan journalist Pablo Vierci and not, or only indirectly, taken from Piers Paul Reed's pioneering 1974 classic Alive, the story of the Andes survivors, which popularized the idea that their cannibalism had become a mysterious kind of secular Eucharist, eating the blood and body of one's fellow human beings to stave off death in a profound spirit of fellowship and love.
¿Qué pasa?
¿Quiénes fuimos a la montaña?
Perhaps no movie about this extraordinary case can quite encompass what in some ways is its most poignant aspect, the aftermath, as the Uruguayan nation's joy was complicated when the initially withheld news about cannibalism leaked out. And there is a tonal issue here, in life as in art. Is there an element of pure horror in this story which can't quite be acknowledged? Bayona himself has directed a scary movie, The Orphanage, and an emotional story of survival, The Impossible, so maybe he is uniquely qualified to take this on. Bayona hits a strong, clear storytelling stride right away. The passengers were rugby players heading to a match in Chile with friends and family. We begin with a rugby match, with teasingly ambiguous hints about their behaviour under pressure. Some are better at teamwork than others. There is the terrible crash itself. Drinking water is not a problem for the survivors because of the snow, but gnawing hunger sets in. Dead bodies are preserved in the cold temperatures, and the awful decision has to be made, at first more agonising, because many suspect that rescue is surely only days away. How will it look if some refused this loathsome, greedy desecration and some didn't? Bayona shows us a kind of schismatic disagreement between the people who detested the idea and those who accepted it, and also between the people who are eaten without their permission and those who emotionally gave this permission in advance, like organ donors. At any rate, no help arrives, and there is no nobility in just starving to death. Some of the men take the decision to cut up the corpses out of sight of the others, and so for a while become themselves complex figures, part priests and part untouchables. The film itself downplays the explicit revulsion of what was happening in favour of highlighting their agony and their tough, brave resilience in the gruelling conditions. The horror of being buried in an avalanche while cowering in the wrecked fuselage, basically a second disaster to match the crash, and the decision taken by two to trek across the mountains to Chile on a desperate quest to get help. Some of the strange, dark, nihilist mystery of the Andes case is overlooked by Bayona, the weird suspicion that this experience has in some way made the survivors post-human. Yet it's fervent, heartfelt, and shot with passion and flair. So that is it for 2023. Please give this vlog a like and a share on your socials. Please subscribe and leave a comment to say that you've done so, and tell me what your favourite films of the year have been. Please check out my author page at The Guardian, and please buy my book, The Films That Made Me, an edited selection of my essays and reviews for The Guardian. I just want to quickly apologise for mispronouncing Leonard Bernstein's name a while back, and thank viewers for the tact and delicacy with which they've pointed this out. And I also want to thank you all, in general, for your lovely comments. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, and see you in 2024.